Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty. Today I'm in the Loft City, Mathias area, Hardy County, West Virginia, checking out this gorgeous log and stone home that's on 16 acres here. And this 16 acres looks like a park. Huge mature hardwoods, mostly white oaks. You'll see there's a field. You got about an acre field down there in the bottom that belongs to the property, and there's a seasonal stream down there, of which I have some great footage, some video I took. I first came and saw this house back in the summertime, and you know, the owners just needed to do some things before they were ready to sell, and so on. So while I was here, that stream was rocking and rolling. So you'll see that footage a little bit later on in the video, but it's really neat. But the setting here is tremendous. And as far as the address of the house goes, I'm clearing that up right now. Hardy County has, you know, it's either going to be 44 White Oak Pass or 250 Trout Pass. They've issued, I think, kind of two addresses for this house because the driveway actually comes off of Trout Pass, but the house fronts along White Oak Pass, which is the subdivision road right here above me. But where we're located at here, this development's called Trout Pass. It was done in the mid-2000s. And, you know, we've done a lot of business in here. I have over the years. So pretty familiar with the place. It's very well maintained. Right now, we're maybe 4/10 of a mile off the paved road back here to this house. So really easy access, well-maintained roads, easy in, easy out of here. You got fiber internet through HardyNet here in the community. So it's got it going on. The house was built in 2008. The current owners are the second owners of the house, and they've done some upgrades to it. You know, since they've owned it, I believe since, you know, maybe 18, 19, something like that. They've been here about 7-8 years. We'll go inside and take a look at the house here shortly, but probably the only thing I want to say, the only kind of bugaboo about this house is the driveway here. You know, the parking space is a little bit limited. You know, you got to pull down there. You see there's a 2-car garage in the basement, but you know, this can be remedied. Probably what you really need to do here, if you need room for, you know, a few cars or whatever, is just to extend this driveway. And I'll show you here. So right out past the split rail fence there, you can see, you would just extend the driveway like over top the birdhouse and just wrap it back onto White Oak Pass, which is right behind these evergreen trees, which, you know, is the barrier between White Oak Pass and the house here. So that way you just kind of like have a half circle driveway here would fix that problem. But I can get turned around right here, and then kind of the main entry to the house is right here on this side door. But of course you got a little balcony from the top. But let me walk you around here and show you kind of like the front, looking down towards the little field. And the land, it's a really nice shaped square lot. So the property goes on the other side of my truck there a good piece, and that's really nice laying ground over there. But where my truck's at, there's a road on the property that takes you down into the bottom, and I'll drive down there and we'll do a video from down there looking back up, and then I'll you know, pull out the map and everything at that time and kind of give you the lay of the land. But just show you here. And I mean, there's room to park down here and turn around and stuff. Just be ideal to extend the driveway there. But nice big logs. See all the stone. They got a little path. I mean, there's a door. There's a couple doors here on this end of the house. But look at that. the whole field down there in the bottom belongs to this. And you can see what kind of view you got there. It's very, 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 very nice. The property, the seasonal stream is down there in the hollow along the edge of the field. Then it actually goes up over another little ridge, like where you see these two big pine trees, drops down into another little hollow over there, and then back up a little bit. But very nice shaped lot. Like I said, we'll go down there and take a look back up this way. Be a little bit easier to figure it out that way. But we'll go inside next and have a look. Keenan Shanholtz here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, just coming on the inside here. So there's your doors coming in off that corner of the house, and walk in here, big open kitchen, dining, living room. Big open concept here, plenty of natural light. Got tile floors here in the kitchen and dining area. But the one thing about this house, you don't, with a lot of log homes, you don't always kind of see this. But you see the big exposed logs on the inside, like whole log pieces, you know, the entire log instead of just like a, you know, just like a wooden beam. I mean, you have these big stair posts right here. It's neat. You don't always see that, but big dining area, humongous island here with a granite top, and then you got towel like a towel top on the counters here. There's your dishwasher, single oven, microwave, cooktop. Plenty of cabinets, and just this island is gigantic. Of course, the sink's in the island. Nice, obviously a newer refrigerator here. LG. Good stuff in this home. And, you know, on to the main attraction here in the great room, which is, you know, when you're sitting in the great room, is taking in the view. We'll go out on the porch, but big stone hearth here. That's a wood burning fireplace here. It's like an insert, you know. The owners have done a lot of stuff here since they've owned it, and I think originally that was just you know, like a big open fireplace, and they put the insert in there. But that's what's in. You got firewood in the little wood box there, but. Just look at the exposed logs here, humongous. I'm sure that's some type of hemlock or cedar or pine, something. It's got to be as big as they are. But let's check out the views. Laminate flooring. You got LVP pretty much in the bedrooms and the living room up here. But let's just explore the downstairs here first, the main level. This is going to be your master here, which it has its own door that goes out onto a balcony out there on the front porch on the deck. And then here's your master bath, which got some kind of slate tile on the floor. And then it's got this walk-in shower. Custom walk-in shower here. Toilet, and there's a big walk-in closet right here. Got wood on the ceilings, all tall ceilings. Take you back over to this side. Look at the size of this. 2 bedrooms and a bath over here. Nice sized bedrooms. Closet. And here's your guest bath here. And you got a towel surround, you know, above the fiberglass unit there. Bedrooms are basically identical size, each of them. I think they're like 12 by 16 maybe, I think. And of course, from this one, the view. Flat ceilings over here on this side. But just look, the main, like, the big part of the house here that, you know, kind of sticks out on both ends, like the gable end of the house, the measurement, this is 28 by 40. So 28 by 40 is the measurement of the living room, kitchen, dining room here together. Go check out the loft. Look at these stairs. Solid staircase. And a big loft up here. I'm not going to call this a bedroom. I mean, these folks have big family, you know, so they needed all the bed space they could get. You could obviously use this as a bedroom like they did, you know, or make a great office up here. An additional living area. I mean, it's 28 by 16. It's big. I mean, it's a big loft. Of course, you get the view and everything from here. And then this walks out onto this little balcony, like here at the driveway where you pull in. As you can see, the evergreen trees kind of block anything from the road there, but not a whole lot of traffic goes by there. But big loft up here. Most of the, I wouldn't say most, some of the furnishings here convey, some don't. A lot of them are marked with like sticky notes on what stays and what goes, you know. And just kind of back onto the size thing, the main level here of the house is just over 2,000 square foot. The loft's 400 and some. So you're about 2,500 square foot above grade here. The basement footprint is going to be the same as the main level. So there's another 2,000 square foot. About 1,300 of that is finished. About 700 square foot in the basement is the two-car garage down there. But you have 4,500 square foot under roof and about 3,700 square foot of finished living space. So I'm going to put that in perspective for everybody with real numbers. So today, to build a house like a log home like this, with the amenities, sorry, my video cut off on me there. My storage was full. But anyways, putting this in perspective about the price, to build a log home like this today, something like this is going to start at $300 a square foot above grade. You know, probably for this type of construction, you know, you know, probably you're pushing the $350 mark. But basically, the point I'm trying to make here is to replicate this house today the way it is, you're really going to be pushing $1 million. So you can have this one for $750 and it comes with 16 acres. So, those are real numbers. I do this every day. Like I said, today for this house, you're looking at, you'd really be pushing $1 million. Now, down here in the basement, and I'm going to move fast here because I don't know how much storage I have, but the owners, when they bought this, the basement wasn't finished. So they kind of did this themselves and used kind of like the pallet wood down here off of skids, you know, for the walls, which is pretty neat. And you got a wood stove down here. And this is just a carpet remnant, you know, kind of rolled out across the floor down here in this main part. But this was more for, you know, kids and stuff down here. You got a bedroom here. And one thing that's neat down here, you got this obscure glass, big piece of glass for the windows down here, which I think's neat. Another bedroom here. This doesn't have a closet, nor does this room, nor is that, it's not an egress window either. It's Hardy County here. There basically is no building code here. So I'm going to call these bedrooms down here in the basement. If you don't think they're bedrooms, well, you don't have to call them bedrooms, but that's what they're used for. So this house has 5 bedrooms if you count these down here plus the loft. So it sleeps a lot of people. And then here's your full bath down here. Just kind of neat what they did with the sink top, shower unit. And then, you know, here's where you got the laundry area down here. They have a, you know, a freezer down here. Your water. My storage keeps running out on me. So anyways, yeah, you got the pressure tank down here, water softener, hot water heater. And then you got these big double doors that go from the garage into the house. But out here, like I said, this whole garage area down here is about 700 square foot. It's pretty big. And I'll open up the doors here so I'll let a little bit more light in here. But like I said, big garage down here. I mean, they keep it side by side in here. You got one of your service panels over here, and then this is the HardNet stuff. But a lot of space down here in this garage. And then when that storage kicks out on me, it just kind of throws for a loop. I got to get back on track. But the heat source for the house here. So I guess the people here before, the original owners, really was worried about being cold because there are a multitude of heat sources here. So you got a heat pump and central AC in this Lennox unit. This is a newer unit right here. This has been put in here since the current owners have had it. So, you know, you got heat pump, central AC. If you want to fool with wood, this is a wood furnace that's tied into the ductwork. So if you want to throw the wood to that thing, what you see, they have a wood rack here. You can heat the house through the ductwork with wood. You got the wood stove in this room down here. You got the insert upstairs in the great room. And there's also a pellet stove in the kitchen. So you should never get cold in this house if you have wood. And like I said, if the electric goes out, you can, you know, build a fire there in the one that's tied to the ductwork and keep yourself warm. So, like I said, this is a big home. About 4,500 square foot of space under roof here. So, we'll get down here next. Just look how pretty it is here. I mean, this lot is to die for. And the view, it's got it all. We'll get down here in the field next. Keenan Channels here again. Just wanted to take a shot from the deck out here. Show you how nice and pretty this is. Just look at that. Beautiful spot to sit here, as you can see. Got a little feeder down there. Have deer come out in that bottom in the evening. Get the mountain view like this. And see, there's another peak that you can see off in the distance there. Just really, really pretty piece of land. And like I said, where you see the two big pine trees, it goes up on that little ridge down over and back up a little bit again. But big deck out here, which has been recently stained. The logs, this is the side of the house that gets sun, and they restained these over the summer. That was kind of a bit of the holdup of putting it on the market. So just let you take that all in. Beautiful. Keenan Channels here again, West Virginia Land and Home Realty at the log home here in Trout Pass. Just look how beautiful this is. So I'm down here in the bottom field now, obviously looking back up at the home. Just look how pretty that sets up there. And if you take one thing away from this video today, take this away. This piece of land is drop dead gorgeous. The woods, all the trees are mature. The field down here, the little stream, the view, this is a great piece of land. And as you could see, I drove my truck right down here in the bottom. There's a good trail to get down here. You can see how it runs along here. They bring their side-by-side and stuff down here. And that trail continues on up the hollow that way. But basically, when you come in the driveway gate to this house, you'll see how the road kind of goes straight, and that road stays on this lot and kind of goes right in behind to that. You can see the roof of that little cabin right there. Goes right in behind to that and comes down here like this. But now that we're down here, I'm gonna show you, and this has gotta be some kind of old pear tree or something down here. I don't know what this is. It's some kind of ancient fruit tree down here of some sort. But here's what the property looks like. So you can see this is not no skinny lot or anything like that. It's a square. It's a rectangle type square. Really nice shaped lot. So I'm right down here at the moment looking back up at the house, and you can see this is where the driveway gate comes in, and the driveway goes over the house like this. Well, you have all this nice flat over here, and this trail comes down like this and right around right into here where I'm at right now. So, and then like I said, when we're down here, there's a little ridge right in here. You got the bigger stream, the little ridge, and another little stream like this, and they meet right down here. The two little feeders, wet weather streams, meet down here right before it goes off the property line like this. But just super pretty piece of property. But let's check this out. It's so pretty out today because it's absolutely freezing cold. It's about 19 degrees right now with the wind blowing. So it makes it look like it's high definition outside right now. It's just so clear. Check that out. And where we're at right here, we're maybe about, I don't know, 5 or 6 miles from Lost City, which there's KIMSEY Run Lake down there, so there's trout fishing and stuff like that on that lake pretty close here. You got the Lost River Butcher Block, the guest house restaurant. You can go over the mountain and end up in Moorfield from here. So you're out here, but you're not that far out. But let me show you. And you're not going to believe this. It's so dry here right now. It's been really super dry really since August. But this is actually a stream bed right here. But you're not going to believe what this looks like when I got my video. Now I took that video on up there, just a little piece, but so this is going to be the little ridge here that's in between of the two little streams. But there's no way, when you see the video clip that's behind this, that you're going to believe how much water will run in this little creek bed right here when it's wet. And I'm going to zoom in here. So if you see up there those couple big rocks, that's where the waterfall is in the video that's going to come behind us. And you would never know, looking at this right now, that there could ever be that much water in there. But I have the proof it's coming. So let me walk you up on the... So this little skinny ridge comes down through like this. Just look how pretty the moss on the forest floor. And so there's another little drainage right down here, and the property kind of goes on the other side of that drainage. So you have this little skinny ridge coming down through that little feeder, this little feeder stream, and then they're going to meet right here where this point comes off on the property. But just look at that. Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty in Trout Pass. Just wanted to take a video here to show you how good this stream can run. Not quite ready, when I'm taking this video, not quite ready to get the house on the market yet. And by that time, this is probably gonna be a lot drier than it is now. But just check out the waterfall you got here. And you got this little white pine growing right out of the rock. There's a little crevice in that rock, so you got a pine tree in the rock, but just check that out. And you can hear this when it's running like this. You can hear this from the house. Just absolutely stunning. And you have the rock outcroppings. It's just gorgeous down here in this hollow. Beautiful. But I wanted to take this video to show you what this can look like. Keenan Shanholtz here again, Trout Pass. This one to give you another angle of what this looks like here at this waterfall. And there are other smaller waterfalls, you know, throughout the creek, where the creek runs through here. But this is running right about through the middle of the property. Just what a gorgeous spot down here. 16 acres with a stream going through the middle of it. Pretty hard to beat.